All right, so I want to talk about a few things, so don't click off just yet, but this is very important and it might pertain to you as well. I want to talk about the homeless population, and I also want to talk about what Trump is doing in DC right now to pretty much wrangle up the homeless people and get them out of DC, all right? But I'm going to touch on a few stories prior to that just to give us some context. Now, when I first made this channel July 4th, I read the Big Beautiful Bill and I called things that have come to play, all right? I said when Medicare gets cut, nursing homes and hospitals are going to get shut down, especially in rural areas that are going to affect the populace. And not on just the fact that they're getting shut down, but those people that are losing work are now going to lose their income and not be able to sustain their own life, which means that they're also going to in turn become homeless. I called that it's happening, okay? I also said that if you're making 250 grand a year or less, that you were going to be fucked. That is also happening. I also said when the ICE agents were going to first start picking up people indiscriminately, that they were going to pick up US citizens, and they did. One of them happened to be an Army vet, okay? I called all that. And people on the right wing were immediately in my comments telling me that I was just a libtard, an echo chamber. But here's the whole thing. It's not a conspiracy theory if it's happening, okay? It means somebody called something, nobody chose to listen, and now the ship is sinking. Now, with the homeless people, I used to be homeless. I did a whole thing about that with the whole nursing home shutting down. You can see it in one of my other videos. Go ahead and check that out. But the thing is that, like, I now understand why people say that, because you don't want to say it twice. I get that now. Okay, sorry. Side note. The fact of the matter is that when they start implementing this and start picking up people who look homeless, keep that in mind, who look homeless, they're going to approach people, and especially if you should have like a snarky retort back to them, they can simply arrest you. All right? And if you're thinking, no, that's a little bit too far to reach, it goes against, like, civilian rights. Everything this man has done has gone against civilian rights. Okay? We said he would not do this, and it's like every time that we say he wouldn't, he's like, oh, really? And then goes and does it. I'll give you, for instance, just filming an ICE agent detaining somebody else is considered assault on an ICE agent. Now, why is that important? Because it's going to trickle down to the FBI agents that he's sending to DC, and then also he's planned and he said that New York was going to be next, which means that they're going to do that in New York, which means that it's going to eventually trickle down to local officers who can discern who is homeless or not and just pick up people. And then also, if they're being filmed while detaining anybody, they can say that it's assault against them. All right? Because if it starts in one sector and we keep letting it go, it's going to trickle down to all sectors. Let's keep that in mind. And like I said before, a lot of good people got picked up during the ICE raids. A lot of good people are going to get picked up during these pretty much homeless raids. All right? And the thing is, like I said, he doesn't want them to be like redirected to a shelter. No, he wants them gone. Like his words, far, far away. Now, I know a lot of people are asking, like, well, how does this pertain to me? How does this actually affect my world? I'm not homeless. No, you're not. And that's a good thing. But that's one of the reasons why the homeless stay homeless, because nobody cares about them. Society has this whole mental image of homeless people as just being addicts. And there's a lot of good people out there that are just trying to, like, get out of their situation. And this is going to make it drastically harder. It's pure and it's simple. And then on top of that, so now that we already know that if there's anybody in even an official place or an official type of work that he doesn't like what they say, he's going to fire them. That's going to go further, because eventually in a few months' time, anybody that talks up against Trump is going to be marked for treason. I guarantee you this. Unless we fucking stop him. We have to stop this man. Like, everyone has a right to live. Let's be honest about that. Like, if you're a dedicated person and you work hard, I don't care if you're homeless or not. If you're trying to elevate your situation, You deserve a shot at life. And even people who are addicts. And I'm going to tell you why. Because something pushed them to that place. Somebody pushed them there. Either they got into a serious accident, were given prescription drugs, was still in pain. Nobody wanted to help them. They couldn't afford physical therapy. So what did they do? They went to street drugs. Or they had a mental breakdown and they went to drugs. Or they were given drugs at a young age unknowingly, and now they were hooked from then. Like, there's multiple reasons why people become addicts, just like there's multiple reasons why people become homeless. And to attack them in this manner is just uncivil. It's uncivil. And also the attack on freedom of speech, which is going to happen next. In fact, it's already been happening. Like, with him canceling Colbert as a part of the deal with Paramount. Like, that should, like, that was a red flag right there. And when I first made the video on July 4th, like I said, I had a lot of right-wing people telling me that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, but then everything came into play. And ever since I've been making videos since then, I've had no right-wing people literally in my comments. Why? Because now they're feeling the effects too. And it's sad that they have to feel the effects for them to get an idea. Now, comparatively, people who don't care about people that are homeless right now, that, like, you say, like, well, I'm in my house, I still got, like, 6 to 8 months worth of savings. Guess what? You might be next. You might be homeless next. And if you try to live out of your car, you're going to get fined. And if you do it multiple times, you're going to go to jail and your car's going to get impounded, and then you're going to have nothing. And like I said, I called all of this before. And nobody wanted to listen to me because I'm just another average fat guy on the internet. But the thing is, if you call so many things and they hit and they hit and they hit, when are you going to start listening to the people that actually call things? Is it because you don't want to say that they're right? Because I know a lot of people are prideful. I get that. I'm prideful myself. Like, but when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. My mom always brought me up with one thing, and I will carry this to the grave, and I will speak it on her name forever and ever. She told me one simple fact when I was young. When you're right, I'm going to be the first one that has your back. When you're wrong, I'm going to be the first one to put you in your place. This dude is fucking wrong on multiple levels. Anyway, leave me comments. Tell me what you think. Thanks for stopping by. Be safe out there.